The Gory Gays.
Somewhere in the woods of Deep Barren, a woman and her sons live in isolation. When they come out, it's for one reason only.
Now let's see what you brought, Mother.
Some say she spoiled her boys. Some say she drove them mad. No one who found out has lived to tell.
Darlings, you have made your mother very proud.
Charles Kaufman's Mother's Day.
My boy.
Jackie, Abby, and Trina have come to the wilderness for a weekend of fun. Little do they know that out there something lies watching, waiting. Someone's coming. They're getting closer. There's nowhere to run, no one to hear you scream. When you know how to celebrate, every day is Mother's Day. From the darkest corner of the imagination to the outermost reaches of insanity and terror comes a celebration of mayhem. Charles Kaufman's Mother's Day. No one can escape on Mother's Day because Mother's Day never ends.
And welcome back to another episode of the Gory Gays, the horror podcast where two boyfriends slash up and bleed out your favorite and not so favorite, underrated, and sometimes current horror movies. I'm Stanley.
And I'm Alex, and you also said my part.
What do you mean oh my god, I'm so sorry. I think I got excited.
It's cute. It's fine.
No, well, here's the thing. We're not going to redo it because this is like pseudo live-ish because we're doing the video thing.
Yeah.
We are doing not like a live, well, live-ish.
In somewhat way, it will be if you're listening along.
Because the last time we did it like this with a video watch along where you can watch the reaction was when we did it with the elves, which was our first audio commentary. But I'm a little nervous because there was like a little bit of difficulty trying to get the way I usually record the audio working. So I'm trying something else. So we're just going to fucking wing it.
Let's do it.
Didn't mean to elbow you.
What?
God, I look like a whale. All right, whatever. But we got our Gory Gay shirts on.
Yes, we do.
Everything is great. How you doing?
Very good, thank you.
I think I'm doing okay too.
Awesome.
Yeah, we moved some things around.
Remove some things around, Marcia.
Yeah, and we have the TV directly in front of us.
No, you did not. And there's also Dorothy behind us, so we're fine.
Yeah, we have this big Oswald going on behind us here.
So there's our Death Becomes Us big old laser disc right here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Obsessed. That looks really cool though. So yeah, fortunately it's about us.
It's pretty rad. I'm hoping that I'm able to, because I'm not going to release this whole video part until probably sometime in the next. You can fix this, yeah. Probably sometime next week. We'll release the audio commentary itself later this evening.
What? Why?
Because it's Thursday and that's when these episodes are supposed to come out. I think that we should like break the stigma and just release episodes whenever we feel like. Because this month has been a little manic anyway.
Well, that was the theory behind the whole a weekly podcast, right?
Yeah. Well,
so to give the liberty of whenever we kind of find the time for a really good movie to watch and sit down, because sometimes they release movies at different times, different days, and we're like, oh, let's do this one real quick. Let's do that one real quick. And it could fall on a different day of the week.
Well, really, it's just been...
Stop. I'm giving excuses.
I know. I was about to as well. It's just been really spastic and really crazy on our end. That's what I meant by manic May. And also, I almost pushed this episode to the weekend because we did Scotty's podcast and we have, just
It's
so
just
much
a way
going
of
on.
not, if we want to do this weekly, we don't want to overexhaust ourselves too much. So we try not to make it how would you just a chore?
chore.
Yeah, as opposed to fun, So we try not to take the fun out of it, so we don't exhaust ourselves. Sometimes we do
Yeah.
pick fun over podcasting. Like Stanley will be like, you know what, we're not doing it today. We're gonna go fucking deal with our mental health. We're gonna go out to the fucking hills. We're gonna hike. We're gonna take the kids out, shit like that.
Yeah, but
We'll get it done.
tonight rather, we are gonna have fun with horror, baby.
Yeah.
What up, Scotty? Also, by the time this episode drops tonight, you can look forward to our episode with Scotty. That's gonna drop on Tuesday, by the way, for Pet Cemetery 2019. I keep looking at myself.
The same thing,
I
but
just
I'm looking at notes too. That I'm distracted by the window outside because we borrowed this beautiful Floridian sunset. If you can see behind us, we borrowed a beautiful Floridian sunset.
Fuck me up, Florida.
Oh shit!
I really think we should move the TV right here.
I don't think so.
I'm dead fucking serious.
No, Stanley's just like one of those guys that'll block a hallway just to put a TV on, and it makes sense. It honestly, like, it borrows a lot of space from the room. I mean, like the actual space where it's at, and it will relieve a lot of space. It'll open it up, but I'm just like so Latino, and I'm just like, no, everything has a place, and everything in its place.
No, I think we're gonna do it. Okay, so normally on a normal basis, we would do the preview of coming events, we would do the what we've watched, etc., etc. But much like a few commentaries ago, we're just gonna get into it, you guys, because we want to get this out tonight. I don't want to have to do any editing because I am lazy. And yeah, we're gonna be guest hosting on the Ghoul Friends podcast next week as well. So we want to get caught up with life, which is why we're doing an audio commentary on this one tonight. And honestly, that's kind of the only way you can do an episode on Mother's Day. Thank you. I mean, you can hold it up closer for those who are actually watching this. Mother's Day. We also pushed this a little bit because we learned from Christopher Wesley Moore over at Homos on Haunted Hill that there is a 4K of this.
Yep.
And apparently it's been out since Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And this is the 4K. And it's just loaded with all these bonus features. And I ordered it the day before yesterday. It got here the day after, which was yesterday, but it didn't get here until like 9 p.m.
Yeah,
and
spoiler, the woman that looks like Lady Gaga looks a little less like Lady Gaga on 4K.
Yeah, and she
Not Stefania Germanata.
We'll get to her. But this is a great movie to just kind of watch along to and just talk shit with, and I don't know what else to say. Mother's Day is a treat, and also I just want to throw this out there as well. I hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. I know you did.
I did. I went to go see my mother. My brother hooked it up with some ribs. He made some what's it called? Macaroni and cheese, some baked beans. It was like he makes the best food, and I'm really glad that I went because I got to bring back some trays worth of ribs and tons of food.
I will attest. I got to eat leftovers when I got home 3 days later.
But they were not leftovers. You ate
well,
that same night.
Well, it felt like I got home 3 days later.
Yeah, he ate that same night. But he had been, we know, it was a Mother's Day shift at one of those good old restaurants. So yeah. Right.
I still feel like I'm at work
5 days.
It was the most traumatic experience of my life. I've worked a lot of holidays in restaurants, but this was one for the books.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Mother's Day was something else.
I mean, you were gone all day long.
I literally got to work at 10:30 in the morning and did not get home until nearly 11:30 at night. And oh man. Oh man.
Oh me.
I'll leave it at that. Like, fuck. It's exhausting, but we're not here to talk about that. We're gonna just press play here in just a moment on Mother's Day 1980. If you guys have any form of DVD, pop it in, baby, and press play with us. I think there are a couple copies of this on YouTube that you can probably watch along with as well. And we will talk about the cast. We'll talk about the movie itself, etc., as we're watching it. I hope that I'll be able to find a way to inlay the movie the way I did with Elves. I was kind of trying
You
to.
hope.
I was
You've done it once. You could do it again.
I was trying to do this last night and it was not successful. So
I hope he knows exactly what he's going to do, how to do it. He's probably going to do it tonight. Trust that right after this, he's going to go straight to the desk.
after this, I'm gonna have ice cream.
There's no more ice cream. It's gone.
Did we finish the ice cream?
You certainly did. Did we?
Okay. So, guys, with that being said, you already heard the trailer at the beginning, and I have a feeling that if you are listening to this, you've probably already seen Mother's Day. So let's watch Mother's Day. This was the first time you had seen this, right?
Yeah.
So now this is like the third time,
Yes.
correct? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's talk about Mother's Day. Mother's Day goes a little something like this, and we are pressing play right now. We got our first little zinger of suspenseful music, and we're scanning over our meeting. I always thought when I was younger that this was an AA meeting.
I can see so many other
There's Gaga.
celebrities, people that I thought were celebrities in the background, and that did not turn out to be celebrities at all.
This is so wild. Just all these people just sitting there with their open shirts
mouth.
with their chest hair, and
Or they're just kind of leaned up against their hand there.
and they all look
hand to
so
head.
bored. So this is Ernie's growth opportunity. It's called Ego, and it's some sort of self-help growth group or something. And you are all supposed to be high, I guess, and friendly with everybody there. Like these people are kissing each other on the mouth.
That sign right below the where he's speaking from that says no smoking, spitting watches. What does watches mean? What is that?
No watches.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's one of those places where time is not
Oh, I
of the
see.
essence.
Okay.
You know,
I actually looked around for everybody's watch. That guy has a watch.
that guy has a watch on. How funny. He shouldn't be allowed to be in there.
No, get him out of there. He has a watch. Someone
The
give him
guy-
the speech.
That's funny. Oh, good call.
Yeah,
Hey, that guy looks like me.
he sure does.
So we have Lady Gaga, we have Paul Rudd, we have a slew of somebody's porn star. Do you see children?
Got that guy hogging the camera right behind him.
There
Yeah.
are kids in this
Yeah.
scene. I never noticed that.
Yeah.
I've seen this movie quite a few times.
Oh, you're correct. And why are they there?
I have no fucking
What
idea.
is this meeting even about?
That's
Oh,
a
you just said
very good question.
if it was about marijuana, like you said, like earlier, we thought.
I mean, I was just joking. I mean, I just assume everyone's
Yeah.
high because their eyes are all bloodshot, but it's 1979. So I love her car.
Yeah.
Okay, we should talk about Mother real quick. Mother is played by what's her name? Alex.
See, that's why it's important to have these facts open, guys.
No,
we're
it's
we're
totally
moving along
okay.
with you.
Yeah, again, this is a commentary, so things are a little bit more on the fly than not. I like how Gaga Lady is again, this woman is a dead ringer for Gaga. If you're watching along, you know exactly what we mean. And I don't even know if she
So the
knows.
mother's played by
fucking cast.
Deborah Lucci.
No, Deborah Luce is one of
Deborah Luce?
the three women.
Wait,
The
is she-
mom is played by Beatrice Pons, I think.
Isn't that her?
Oh, you know, IMDb has it listed as Deborah Luce.
That's crazy.
That's wild as fuck.
That I'm nuts.
How interesting. I'm all pointing.
I did say Luce though.
It's Luce, yeah. Her name's Deborah Luce, but Deborah Luce plays Jackie. The mom is actually played by Beatrice Pons. And in the
That is
film,
nuts.
she's credited as Rose Ross. And I should be clear real quick. In the last episode, I had said something along the lines of like, oh, everybody changed their name because they were ashamed to be in the film or something of that scenario. But in the interviews on the 4K of this DVD or of this Blu-ray or whatever, some of the actors had said that it was SAG issues. The stuff that had to do with being in the Screen Actors Guild.
The look that this woman's giving the mom she's driving is just
She
too
looks
much
like
for
the
me.
Countess.
She does, honestly. Oh, see, so that's what they're talking about. Ego training. EGO training.
Ernie's growth and what? What was the I forgot
I'm not
already.
sure.
So it's funny. So we're led to believe up until this part that they're gonna fucking kill this
Yeah.
old broad, right?
Because he's getting the rope ready. Was that to choke her, right?
And
She-
then he ties it into a knot.
either way, she has that neck bracer on her. I think maybe to no.
Well, I mean, even throughout the whole film, up until she says why her neck is the way it is, you
Uh-huh.
think it's like for scam purposes.
Yeah.
I would consider
I
that.
thought so too.
So the way that they look, just the way that these two
Mhm.
drifters look, you think they're like murderous, like Manson hippies, right?
Yeah.
And then when they don't like run her down or when they don't retaliate
Mhm.
right here, you're like, oh, are they really just wanting a ride home? And are they really just turning on the music?
Yeah. And I couldn't get past the fact that if the car was covered completely in plastic in the interior because the way the fabric looks, but I think the more I look at it, no, it just looks like loose material and like
Oh
printed
yeah,
fabric. So
you had mentioned
I'm
that.
wrong.
Oh, here's that dummy,
Oh yeah,
the dummy head. But dude, the decapitation is fucking bonkers.
it really is.
Like you get a decapitation in this movie within the first 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's gory, and you also get Gaga Girl ripped out of the back seat and
Yeah, and this is intense.
basically
This is like a little too much for the intro.
double raped by two men with cloth sacks over their heads. Like she's getting the shit knocked out of her, and
Yeah.
this old lady is watching from the roadside, and
Yeah.
she's like applauding,
Mind you, these are two brothers, and this is the mother applauding them.
which is what we're about to learn. Dude, they fucked this girl up. Even in 4K, like because we watched this a couple of days ago, and I have like this old DVD, and that's not in the greatest quality. And then we watched it again on Shudder, and even in Shudder, like it's fine, like the quality's fine, but this is like glorious transfer.
Yeah, it really is. It actually looks really new. And the fact why I kept watching this movie because I liked it the first time, and I kept watching it because the colors were already like vibrant enough and so vivid to me. And then the background alone, just watching the shit. Besides that, but the 4K makes it look so good. Like you can watch this movie over and over on 4K because it's so crisp.
Yeah, it's intense. It looks like it was made yesterday.
Yeah,
It's got that.
it looks like it really is honestly Lady Gaga, and you're just gonna have to deal with it.
It's funny because I thought I was so wise. I was like, oh, I'm the only one who thought that
Yeah.
this was Lady Gaga. Dude, there's like a full fucking community who's like, Gaga was in Lady's mother.
Yeah.
Lady's mother.
Now is
The
that
fuck
Ike?
is Lady's mother?
Yeah,
Mother's
that's
Day.
Ike with the teeth, right? That's so gross. His gums, dude.
I think that's supposed to be Ike.
Yeah.
Ooh, the way that echoes.
Yeah.
You make your mother so proud.
And that's steel and it just echoes.
And then we get the titles card.
See, that's
I can't
his
talk.
Gaga Films.
Titles card.
Oh, it says Saga Films, but I said Gaga.
We're all over the place right now. This movie does it to us.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get to the cast in just a minute. Now we're getting like college picture flashbacks from the girls. So we'll talk about all that stuff in a minute. So what did you say about Gaga?
And it said Saga Films. And what did you say about title cards?
I don't even know. I just can't even speak English right now.
Oh, you said you couldn't speak. You're like, I can't speak.
I know. All my words are all jumbled. And now we're silent.
Oh yeah, we're waiting for the intro. They're giving the credits for the intro.
So let's talk about the cast real quick. So we've been introduced already to Beatrice Pons, who is the mother. And then we have, his name is actually Gary Pollard, but he is credited as Holden McGuire. And then we have Michael McCleary, who plays Adley. And he was credited as Billy Ray McQuaid, who has an interview on the release that we're watching. I'm sorry, Gary Pollard plays Ike. Gary Pollard has since passed, allegedly. So has Beatrice Pons. She was already like 1,000 years old in this film. And we are about to be introduced to Nancy Hendrickson, Deborah Luce, and Tiana Pierce.
Deborah Lucci?
I think it's Luce.
I'm kidding.
Okay. I would love for it to be Lucci. Susan Lucci.
Susan Lucci.
Yeah. And these are going to be our three
I love
three
the beer
main
can
girls.
curlers.
Was that really a thing?
Yeah, it really was.
That's so funny.
It was just, are you? No.
Is someone hammering?
No neighbor downstairs.
Oh,
We have a neighbor that just moved downstairs, so I guess he's getting situated. So
can't have 5 minutes go by without Sheriff giving his 2 cents.
Yeah.
So this is directed by Charles Kaufman. And I don't know if you know who Charles Kaufman is, but he is one of the people behind the Trauma movies. And the Trauma movies are like really, really low budget horror films that I think they started in like the 70s. Yeah, like 74. And they're mostly horror comedies, like The Toxic Avenger. Are you familiar with that?
No.
And then there was a movie that I actually covered it on Sandy Boy Reviews on my birthday a couple of years ago called Beware Children at Play.
Oh, really?
It's one of the most atrocious movies you'll ever see. We should probably cover it one day. It's just so fucked up.
I'm super mesmerized by this party. Sorry. There's tons of coke going around in the tray and everybody just got hairy bags. And I think it's pretty much a gay party because I see some couples paired up that I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, okay, so there's this part right here where the girl's skating.
Thank you for mentioning this.
What it's supposed to be her daughter, this actress' daughter?
Yeah, so
This
this is Trina's daughter in real life, the actress's daughter, and apparently they didn't show her face. And in the interview we saw with her, which is a really interesting
I love her
interview,
choker.
she says it's because they probably didn't want to pay her. Yeah, these movies are just so. It's just a different time. These movies are really sleazy.
Yeah,
They,
one of these chicks has a Playboy bunny, a necklace around her neck.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was before Boogie Nights. We get a lot of like roller girl type of stuff in the very first few minutes.
Yeah. Even though it's just one roller later.
Yeah. You take Hollywood to
Okay.
Sepulveda. Oh, I see what you just meant. The
Yeah.
boy coming out with his.
Could have been
the
drunk,
boy.
maybe. Or not.
This is the director's dad, I think.
Oh, this guy here?
This big guy with his chest hair puffing out, lecturing the other guy about
Talking about
distribution
Cujo?
and stuff. Cujo.
Okay.
So she has just received a notification from one of her college classmates.
Woo.
And this is Trina. She's our resident blonde. And what I really like about this movie is that the three main women are relatively older.
Yeah.
They're probably in their early to mid 30s. Trina looks well into her 30s, I would say.
Super crazy. Beverly Hills look like Beverly Hills. Chicago looks so Chicago.
And New York is definitely
It's gonna
definitely
be New York.
Do I need to sit up? Is that what it is?
Why?
Okay.
I'm still my back because we're gonna be here for a while, so I'm just trying to like keep my back straight.
Yeah, this movie is a good 1 hour and 31 minutes.
But then I noticed that I go away from my microphone, so
Yeah, see, what is our problem?
I need assistance.
I need some water.
You need water?
Where is
There's
it?
some water right here for you.
We're now being introduced to Abby. And Abby is played by who I thought was a tarot reader that we found on Instagram, but she's actually a really educated, well-to-do woman who is no longer acting.
God bless the Gory Gays. It's just one of those things that we do.
Well, we try to correct ourselves when we don't know what we're talking about, though. But I'm telling you, the interviews on this 4K are really awesome. See, check out New York.
That's beautiful.
But Abby's character arc is, well, not character arc, but her character is that she is like now a shy woman who lives with her ailing mother and has to take care of her.
Did a good job of showing us the certificate where she went to some type of religious school.
Who?
This guy, I mean, this girl.
Abby?
Right before she left, she was looking at the invitation, and right in the background, you can see a certificate for like some type of religious school.
Oh, I completely missed it.
Mm-hmm.
I
They
had no
did a really
idea.
good job to show it.
Yeah. Okay. So Trina's like a party girl in Beverly Hills.
Mhm.
Abby is like a reclusive shy girl taking care of her mama. And then we have, this is Deborah Luce. This is Jackie. And she lives with her deadbeat boyfriend, actor boyfriend, who's a cokehead. And I don't know if they ever really say what it is that she does.
This scene right here to me is so peculiar, I would say, because of everything that has the exact same matching fabric, from the curtains to the bed to the couch to the table next to the couch to the guy's skirt around his, like waist.
I mean, it has nothing to do
The
with the fact that
pillows.
he just like tried to attack her and assault her from behind.
And
That was
that's what
really
he wore.
aggressive. Look at
Yeah.
the Jergens on the left.
Yeah. It's really nostalgic, all the shit that has the back in the background, if you pay attention to all this stuff.
Okay.
That's really cool.
It's a little rapey. And then he steals $50 from her
This
and
is so shady.
does cocaine with the $50 bill off of the table. That's going to happen here in just a moment. I'm kind of jumping ahead because
No, that's cool. Get him
I already know.
coked out and shit. Oh, jumping ahead. Yeah, it's just this part to me with this fabric, but that's really shady. And the way the bills used to look, the money, so weird.
I love coming across an old bill. I got a $2 bill
That shit scares me. Like, that shit don't work no
on
more.
Mother's Day. It does work. They took it at the bank. I deposited it today. I used to get them in Christmas cards
Mhm.
from random people. I don't remember who.
With the Santa Claus face.
No,
the
that was
sticker?
$3 bills. They used to randomly make, well, I don't know if it was randomly, but they used to make them way back in the day, $3
Oh,
bills
see,
with Santa
so
Claus.
there's the Annie doll, right? Right behind the boyfriend's
The Andy
the
doll?
Annie, the
Raggedy Andy.
Raggedy Andy. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. The Annabelle doll.
Yeah.
And then later on, the other guy will have it. The rapist.
Oh, I never noticed.
Like in the other, like whole other scene in their own home.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Recycled
a
material.
lot of stuff talking. A lot of people have talked about and noticed the consumerism aspect of this movie, and I did notice that the last time we watched this, like the butter
Like
cookies
right here, what do we have to see? Butter cookies.
and the rum, and there's you notice something in every scene in this film. There's a
Mhm.
Batman figurine, the commercials that you're watching, the just everything that you are seeing.
Mhm.
It just kind of
Who paid for this movie?
like, I mean, it was a very low budget film. You only I mean, it was $115,000 to make this film. I'm not sure what it made back.
Somebody got smart. They made a movie and then they sent like emails to all these companies saying like, "Hey, we showed your, product on our movie. We need money."
Well, bless you for thinking they had email in 1979.
What would you say then? A fax?
Corresponding.
Corresponding.
They sent storks.
Right.
Look at this dingy ass bus station.
That bus stop.
The Hoboken Historical Society.
This is great.
New Jersey is so sketch. I've only stayed in Newark, New Jersey, and it was sketch as fuck. We should also point out that they were filming Friday the 13th Part 1 the same time that they were filming this film. So there is not only is there one shot that they used, pretty much it was a replica in a similar scene in Friday the 13th, and I've already pointed it out to you, but I'll point it out again when we get there. But this movie was filmed maybe 3 miles away, they said, from Friday the 13th. And after shooting at night, they would meet up at the same bar, the cast of this movie and of Friday the 13th, and they would like hang out and shoot the shit and share stories and stuff. So I always thought that was kind of interesting that these movies were made at the same time.
That is pretty cool.
I don't know.
I love that.
And you've seen both movies. We just celebrated
Yeah.
the anniversary of Friday the 13th. And our last episode, we spoke really heavily about Friday the 13th. I don't know why we ended up doing that so much, but we were doing the puzzle on top of it, and we just spoke so much about it. So that's a good question. What do you prefer? Do you prefer this movie, or do you prefer Friday the 13th?
Sorry for my
I
would
spoken no
prefer
English tonight, so it's fine.
in
This shot,
Yeah.
by the way, sorry to interrupt you.
Oh.
This is the same shot from Friday the
Yeah.
13th.
where you can see the silos and the barns.
Everything, yes. It was like ripped.
That's
And the
like a pretty
director
scene.
says that they didn't do it on purpose, but
Okay.
I don't
Anyways,
know.
to go
It's the
back to
same
your
thing.
question before you cut me off.
Sorry.
I think I prefer this one as a solo movie because Friday the 13th, of course, being a franchise of its own, it's just a whole monster. It's a bigger beast. But this being its own movie and the creation of it, the way it was made, I think this one's better. Like now, even in 4K.
Agree.
So, sorry, we're the Gory Gays. Of course, we're going to spoil some stuff because we're going along with the movie and the plot. And
I mean, by now they should know that slash up and bleed out means we're spoiling it.
not just the movie.
Fellas
Also,
and
the
females.
girls are getting picked up by one of their girlfriends because they're going on a road trip. Now, Stanley, they do this road trip every year. And
Yeah.
what is the idea of this? What do they do?
One of them has to pick a spot and they don't tell the other two, and they kind of are misled the entire way until they get there. So the other two have to wear like a blindfold or like a bag over their head. In this case, they're wearing bags over their head
Hilarious.
until they get there.
It's the most funniest scene. Yeah, so that's the idea, right? That's why they don't know what outfits to bring with them. Like they don't know what to bring along with them.
Which is why I was confused on why they didn't have pillows.
Yeah.
Like they have some sleepwear, but when they end up where they are, they don't have pillows.
Yeah.
I was like, why the fuck don't They have pillows.
Like one
but
of them
it
bought
makes
a lot of
sense.
like nighties and nightgowns and stuff like that, and it's all she wears basically. But it's because she had no idea where they were going to end up.
Yeah. And I really like the chemistry between these three women. It it seems like that they are all actually friends and that they've known each other a long time. And I love the flashbacks that we get. And I think it moves the story along really well. And it's a tight hour and 30 minutes. I think it goes by
Mhm.
pretty quickly.
No, from beginning to end. How long did it take for the attack to first happen? It was like 5 minutes in, maybe, or like maybe
Yeah, it
7.
starts off with a
Well,
bang. Like it starts off with a pretty good bang. And the quality of the movie, lesbians.
yeah, so it's funny because the 4K, the captions on the 4K actually clean up the words lesbians when the guy at the market's yelling out the word. But when we watched it on Shutter and we put the caption versions of the TV version, it spelled out lesbians like Lez beans, like the word beans, like food, Beans. So I thought it was just so hilarious the way it was yelled out because it's exactly how he actually says it. Lesbians.
It's like whoever transcribed the subtitle for that particular DVD was
Yeah.
being pretty phonetic.
Yes, actually, and I love the fact that they did that because that's how he says it, and it was perfect.
Speaking of which, we are going to be giving away that old DVD. Yeah, that's a little tacky, we know, but we're going to be throwing in a little sticker, and we're also going to be giving some of Alex's hair away with it. So, send us a message if you want it.
I have to grow it first. Or you want some chest hair? Whoa. Okay.
Put that down.
How are you going to do that? What are you going
He
to do?
just
The
lifted
12,
his shirt.
the 12th person that comments being
Sure.
Mother's Day falls on the 12th? How do you want to do it?
Something like that. I don't know. You just let us know if you want that DVD, and then we'll give it to you. Because we got the 4K baby. I
Yes, we
love
do.
it. Where are we at in the movie? They've basically gotten to the forest area where they're going to be going.
Their camping gear is super cool.
It's just so weird. One has like
it's a
a
mix, yeah.
pink suitcase, and the other has like luggage.
But all of them have sleeping bags. Like they all know, one of them eventually is going to take them to a mountain.
Oh, that's disgusting.
That's the grossest.
That's the scariest part of the movie is when she steps in the shit.
It's the worst when it goes between the toes, dude. Like that's
You
just
can
nasty.
straight up can feel it.
Yeah,
You can feel
it's
it.
mushy as fuck.
Not
It's
good.
It looks like she's wearing like a plastic raincoat from 99 cent store.
I mean, why are you going to be barefoot? You can kind of see the way the film changes here,
Yeah.
right? I never noticed that in the older DVD. Maybe there was something up in the filter. I don't know. There's a weird filter change in the.
We don't know
4K here.
exactly who that was.
See,
right
look
now, right?
right here. I don't know. I think it was the boys, though.
Yeah.
It could have been. It could have been.
Mhm. But I think
Could have been.
Yeah.
There's a lake shot right here that
Uh-huh.
could have been ripped straight from Friday the 13th.
That's a gorgeous shot.
So weird.
So I'm telling you, it stopped by
Oh, they're smoking a bowl, baby. They're smoking a joint. Light it up. Light it up.
I stopped by and picked up this painting that somebody had left on the side of the road, but it was like properly left, like somebody wanted somebody to pick it up. It was like adjusted properly, right? Like standing up so you can pick it up and take it. And unfortunately, I was the one that picked it up. But it's that exact same shot of the lake like that with like pine trees all around it.
You picked it up?
Yeah, I did. It's in the back of my car.
Oh, I didn't know
It's
you
like
actually
maybe,
picked it up.
It's like that small.
Oh.
And it looks like somebody maybe did it by those paint by class things or those paint class things.
Oh, like go to the class and drink wine.
Yeah.
Like what
but
my sister and
it
Amanda
was done
used to
so
do.
nice that I'm like, why would they just leave that? Like, it looks like a beautiful sunset. It's so pretty.
Oh, I think
you'll
that's
see
kind of
it.
fun. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
Better not be haunted.
Well, I didn't like. That's the first thing I thought about when I put it in my car, and I was like, if something happens on the way home, then it's haunted.
So bring none of that haunted shit in here.
Now she reminds me of somebody. I just can't think of who.
The blonde lady.
The one with the glasses.
She seems really cool. She seems really together.
Yep.
The interview that's on this 4K, I'm going to keep hammering up the 4K, you guys. Get it while it's there. It's a lot of fun. This is something we should know. This whole stab in the back trick that Jackie does right here is going to come back into play later on in the movie.
You will appreciate that.
And again, this is also something I really like. Is
Did
that
you ever do that as a kid? Put the knife in your armpit.
Oh,
and, like,
sure.
run around like.
I think a lot of people probably did.
Yeah.
And this is what you were saying about what they're wearing.
Yeah,
like
the
we have
nightgown.
Trina in her negligee. Is that how you say that?
I would say so.
Okay.
Or Peggy Bundy negligee.
And then we have her also who knew where they were going, and she is still underdressed for it.
Yeah.
And then we have Abby, who is also severely underdressed for nighttime weather in the New Jersey woods. She said in her interview that it was like very, very, very cold. They filmed this in like September of 1979. It was freezing. I love the flashbacks.
Yeah.
I think they're great.
They're a whole different movie, right?
Yeah, but it just correlates so nicely. And that's what I was going to say is that I just love the commodity that these girls have. It's just such good character development and it makes you care about them.
Yeah.
And for movies that came out during this time period, you didn't have a lot of that because you were just having women take their clothes off and you were just killing them.
Yeah.
You know, like you didn't give a fuck about any of them, and you weren't paying for movie tickets to care about characters.
You could see the development between them and getting stronger throughout the movie. And it makes you feel like you're genuinely watching one of those movies like with girlfriends, kind of like the beginning of Grease, you know, like when they're like all bunched up and like telling stories in that slumber party that they're having.
Tell me more.
But you kind of like that because you're learning things. You kind of start liking the characters even more and start being on their side.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. And also, this I guess this kind of takes me back to my relationship with the movie, because I know you just recently saw this for the first time, but I saw this when I was probably 7 or 8 years old, which is way too young to see a movie like this. This movie is, I mean, even watching it this far in, it's very violent.
Well, there's basically, besides those 2 kids that were just wandering around, if you catch them, there's no children in this movie at all.
There's not a lot of children in a lot of movies that we watch, but
I mean, they wanted to keep it really like, you know, it's obviously going to be really gruesome.
Yeah, we're never going to watch a Serbian film together.
What?
Just a heads up.
I'll watch it alone.
No, you won't. Well, maybe you will. I don't know. I don't recommend it. It'll just it'll taint your soul, baby.
I'm gonna buy you those underwear.
Oh, look, man ass.
Yeah, we get some man ass.
He said he's gonna buy me those underwear.
Yeah.
But I saw this movie when I was 7 or 8 years old. My sister and this girl named Brooke Longnecker, I'll never forget it, were having a slumber party, and they rented this and Night of the Demons on VHS. And I stayed up late with them, and I watched both of those movies. And I don't remember Night of the Demons being particularly scary. I mean, it freaked me out, but I remember this movie having a major, major effect on me. And it was because of the ending. And it was because of the Queenie stuff, which I told you. And we'll talk about all that Queenie stuff as it comes on.
I didn't realize you get a ball shot.
Did you?
Yeah, when he like flips over, you like see his balls.
If you pause it just right.
Also, his ass is all red, so
it is. And we were talking about that.
Yeah, I think it's because maybe he was taking too many takes over and over. He was probably just sitting on the ground for quite a while.
Oh Lord. Poor guy.
It's cute. The song that was playing in the background.
Oh, I think we're alone now.
Listen to our podcast.
Plug it up, plug it up, plug it up. Yeah,
The
go listen to
Strangers.
The Strangers too, baby. Doesn't seem to be anyone around.
You guys saw me do a night twitch.
Think we're alone now. I like your beard. I was gonna say I love your mustache.
Thanks. I like your beard.
So wait, are we on night 1 still?
Yes.
Okay.
Night 2 is when they get naked.
Oh, yeah, the next day. Okay.
There we go.
I love the transitions. So the transitions are like this yellow fade out, fade in. And it just reminds me of fire.
What is the Friday the 13th movie where Jason grabs the sleeping bag and just like starts hitting it up against the tree?
It happens in a couple of them, but the first time that it happens is in Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood.
Did they do it again in that 3D version?
They did it again in Friday the 13th. They did it again in Jason X.
Okay.
And they did it again.
I remember the trailer where like Jason would just come up running to the screen.
Yeah.
It was like 3D.
I think they only did it again in Jason X, actually.
Okay.
So he did it twice.
Now this music.
Correct us if we're wrong. Yeah, and I wish they wouldn't have given her binoculars. I wish they would have given her like a camera.
Her
But again,
glasses
it's
alone or
79.
binoculars? Like, why would she binocular over binocular?
Did I already say that this was the editor's wife?
No, you didn't.
Okay, so Abby, the actress, Nancy Hendrickson, is
She's the cute one with the dimples with the glasses.
yeah, this is the editor's wife because the actress who originally was hired to play her decided to drop out just a few days or a week or so before filming started.
This part scared the shit out of me.
Oh, an arm
Yeah,
jumps out of the
Trina's
trees.
hiding underneath the trees, and like we're just having this moment. There's the music playing like an after school special, and she's walking around just kind of like looking at the nature, you know, with her binoculars. And then Trina comes from underneath the tree and just pulls her leg, but with a man's glove on, like a gardener glove. Super freaky.
Yeah, this movie has a couple good moments as far as like boop scares.
Mm-hmm.
And now this is our moment to purposely get our girls naked and throw them into the water.
Yeah, this was just to feed the cast from across the lake.
And yeah,
And they're like something to look at. Hey guys.
Kevin Bacon's from over there, like,
Yeah.
what the?
Hey.
And this is actually fine.
It's a very clean version of taking your top off. Honest to God, they look like women. They look beautiful. And like I said, this is Trina's last shot to look gorgeous in front of a camera, girl. You better bring out them tits.
Dude, the Trina interview is something to watch, guys. Okay,
Yeah.
so now we have Ike.
And
Ike and Adley are watching from the bushes.
AK Stanley and Alex.
Oh my God, gross.
Let's do the same thing.
We should be Ike and Adley for Halloween.
We should.
The less rapey versions.
No,
Because
I want to
obviously we gross.
rape. I'm gonna rape you.
Obviously we don't support that, but the costumes are kind of fun.
Yeah,
The costumes are fun. And these guys are like really good actors.
they really are.
Like they're a huge part of the movie, and I remember being really scared by them when I was a kid, and even now they still make me uncomfortable.
Mhm.
And especially I always get the two of them confused.
Adley's the shorter one. Ike is the
Ike
tall.
is the redhead. Ike the redhead, man. He really irks me.
Yeah, because his character, he sticks to it, and I believe it's because of the way that his teeth are you know, pushing out at his face.
Yeah.
and it doesn't lose character.
Yeah, and apparently that was a fake grill.
Yeah, but it's
And
gross
he
because it's
makes
all
it raw.
rotted. It's like purple, like at the top. It's like, and I've seen people with teeth like that, you know, like gums that are like, oh my gosh, you
Yeah.
need to, like, go somewhere with that shit.
It's all you have to do is go to the dentist.
If you bite an apple, your mouth will turn to mush.
Just go. God, what do you? I should do what you're doing.
What?
I keep saying I'm gonna sit up.
Oh, you know why? Because I have 2 pillows. You want another one?
No, girl.
Welcome to the Gory Gays.
Sorry, I was fixing my mic.
Yeah.
So this scene, oh, it just happened. So this is the scene where the girls are all kidnapped.
It's exactly the Friday the 13th, him like trapping him in the sack, right? Almost.
Yeah, they
Not
all
better.
get locked inside their or tied up inside their sleeping bags and dragged away.
A little more traumatic. It's super scary.
And the thing is that this is filmed exactly as you see it. All 3 of the girls are tied up in their sleeping bags, and the 2 men drag them off into the forest.
It's really scary.
And something that should be said about this is that this is the first night of filming for these 2 men. So the 3 women have already filmed scenes together on their own, and other parts of this movie have been shot, but Ike and Adley, these actors, have not met these women yet. So
It's
this
super
is
gross because
the
like
first time they've met.
their action is very like, you know, like The Hills Have Eyes. Like the characters are like very, how do you say, like
It's-
cannibal, like, you know,
Oh,
like
sure.
their reactions are very like apey, like very weird. Like,
Yeah, it's very animal.
they have very strong energy.
And it's interesting that you say that because the wife, Nancy Hendrickson, the wife of the was it the right? I think, did I say the
Editor?
writer or the editor? Excuse me. He took her to a bunch of movies, a bunch of slasher movies, including The Hills Have Eyes, because it was really popular at the
Mhm.
time, because he wanted to get this right. He
Wow.
wanted to make sure that they made this movie correctly.
Yeah.
He wanted to get all the right zingers and all the right suspense
They're
notes.
plucked right out of there.
Yeah, and I think that I think that this movie hits the spot on a lot
Hmm.
of those things, and the editing in particularly. I think we should
That's
say that
not
guy's
even the
name.
gross part. Like
His name was
they're
Daniel Lowenthal.
they're about to get to the even grosser part of what this movie's about to become. And also they're entering the house that they live in. And to me, it kind of makes me feel like they squatted this house because there's just so much stuff going on around the walls.
Yeah, it's a decrepit house in the middle of the woods, and apparently the lake is called Fonzie Lake that they kidnapped them from, so it's nearby because they've dragged them there. And it's just these two boys, I mean full grown men, and their mother. The mother is the woman from the beginning of the movie, and she seems a little disabled to a degree. She has that neck brace, and they live in like complete hoarder squalor filth. But they have a bunch of cool shit. That's the funny part. They have a bunch of weird, fun, cool shit, but there's graffiti all over the walls. Like, what does it say?
It says like sex, like that says TV sex. There's one that says eat sex, something like else. Like there's a lot of sex, of course, and then there's like stuff that says Ike something else, like
I love
Adley.
mom. There was something that said Ike plus mom
There's
plus
a lot of
Adley.
tongues.
There's a lot of weird shit in this house.
Yeah,
They have inflatable tits that will come into play later.
it's just gross.
And it's just very clear that not only are these men sadists and just absolutely disgusting, but they're also very childlike.
Yeah,
And their mother is aiding them
she's very well decorated, by the way.
in their masochistic ways.
Yeah,
And
and
she
they have
dresses like my mom.
goodness, they have a gym at home, so they're very well in strength. These two boys.
Well, that's being nice.
No, they really are. Like you'll see them in the little workout session that the mom puts them through. So she does all the training. Supposedly, she brings them out daily and she makes them exercise.
She's like drapes in all these shawls, and she has like pearls and stuff.
Very well decorated, this woman.
She looks like a gypsy.
I can't with this woman. The way she pours out of the sleeping bag when they're bringing them out in the gym. It's like she's done it so many times that she's like, okay, this is the safest way for me not to get hurt.
Here I go.
She curls up.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're being tied up, and oh God, he really threw that. He tied that right in her mouth.
So this is probably the sickest part of the movie where he like licks her entire face,
Yeah.
and then again, and then again. And I believe her nose were probably real. Like, no, like she probably didn't want to get licked.
Yeah. You can probably hear the siren, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's like,
I love this one.
yeah.
You're a real pretty girl.
So have you actually seen what these characters look like without the makeup?
No. I
Ike
mean,
or
we've
Adley?
seen him. Yeah, we saw the interview today. He's missing a tooth and he has these huge bags under his eyes. I mean, he's aged,
Yeah, he seemed very well educated.
but he talked very well. He had a lot of very good things to say about this movie. I mean, both of the actors, all the actors that were being interviewed had a bunch of very good things to say.
It's true. I mean, these guys are putting in a lot of work. As gross as it is, like they're making you grow. Like they're giving you the feeling of gross because they're actually doing the fucking job.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people set out to really intentionally make a bad film. I think you're trying at the end of the day to make something that is saying something and that
Yep.
is trying to prove a point. And, that's what these people are doing. They're, this movie has a lot to say about feminine power, and it has a lot to say about womanhood, and it has a lot to say about violence, and it has a lot to say about consumerism, like everybody is saying, and it has a lot to say about censorship. And there's a lot that you can say if you want to get really political and blah 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 blah, but all in all, it's just as hard as it is to watch and as brutal as it is in a lot of parts, it's still. Do you consider this a fun movie?
Absolutely.
I do too.
Mhm.
And Eli Roth considers this
Yeah.
one of his like top 5
Yeah.
favorite movies, maybe one of his favorite movies ever. There's this whole like behind the
Thank
scenes.
you for saying his name. I literally was going to say something, but I could not remember his name. So I was just like, don't mention it because you're fuck it up.
Yeah, there's a big featurette on this DVD about how this movie like has completely changed his life. And then he went on to say that like Hostel Part 2 is basically ripped directly out of this film. Like it happened because of this. And like if you put Hostel 2 and Mother's Day together, like side by side, holy shit, yeah, they're kind of similar films.
He had mentioned that he had watched this during his bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
So I could just imagine how cool this must have been for, I mean, the talk around this movie back then when they were like, you gotta watch Mother's Day. You just have to watch this movie. It's crazy. Like little 9-year-old, telling each other, like, you gotta watch this movie. You have to tell your parents to let you watch.
I mean, didn't you have a movie like that at the video store when you were a kid?
I don't think so. Like, not myself. Everything I watched probably from the hallway because somebody else rented and I wasn't allowed to watch it. So I was just creeping through the hallway, like, trying to just.
And I usually found out about everything before most people did, just because my mom didn't give a fuck what I watched.
Yeah.
But I remember Night Terrors with Robert Englund being something that was always not available at the video store. And there was another one called Witchcraft 8. I think it was part 8, Salem's Ghost. And that one was not ever available. And I knew that it was like a sex movie.
I never noticed that they had a ghost dog.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking funny, dude. This guy's crazy. And
so this woman, Deborah Luce, apparently had a bunch of bad blood with this other actor who plays, remind me who the short one is?
Ike. I'm sorry, Adley.
She had a lot of bad blood with him. I think his actual name is Michael McCleary. Yeah, Michael McCleary. And according to him, he doesn't know why. I'm pretty sure he does know why.
You have the water, sorry.
The water, baby boy? I do.
Thirsty.
But I imagine this scene has a lot to do with it. The other two actresses had mentioned that both of the male actors were very method and very into their work. And I can imagine that a set like this is very tense and is very hard to execute. It's probably hard to execute scenes like this.
And here's the thing, like you could see the girls, like I was saying, like the development in their character too, as to how they get along together, like girls. And then when the guys come into the movie, you could see the characters and the girls kind of drop a little because they kind of feel like the guys are so overwhelming with how they're acting and what they brought to the table. And I feel like the girls kind of stepped back because yes, it was kind of gross. Yes, it was kind of like, how do you say it, demeaning for them to be in this position. But then again, it's like you will have your chance to make this up later when you fuck them up. But for now, it's like they kind of let the guys take this role over, and the guys gave it a lot of fucking energy. They did a good job.
And I think that's kind of kudos to the story writing because you're getting two really interesting, provoking storylines that mesh together well. I see it.
There's
yeah,
I
see it. Yeah. But you're getting two thought-provoking storylines that mesh together so well and tell a good story, and it like is compelling and it's gross and it's fucking uncomfortable. And the girls tell such a good first story, and then you get the males that are telling such a good story for the second half, and ultimately they come together and it's like a really satisfying conclusion. Like this is really good storytelling.
This rape scene right here is really
it's bad.
So the mom is watching Adley rape one of the girls, and of course he has a mask on.
And what was the story?
So Ike is taking the pictures, mom is watching, but the story behind this was that this girl couldn't really have the character that was playing Adley, the real guy, what was his name?
Michael McCleary.
Michael McCleary. She didn't want him to do this scene with her because she felt really, like I said, like really overwhelmed by his acting. She said that he was a little too intense in his character. So she kind of didn't want to do the role. They offered her, or she had asked for $500 extra in order for her to do it.
No, it was the mom who wanted $500 more to have to be the one to watch it.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Oh, so I got it wrong. See?
No, everything else you're saying is completely accurate.
So she didn't kind of want to do the role. The mom didn't want to be there witnessing it because it's a really gruesome scene. So the only way that they agreed to do it is if they brought a stuntman to put on a mask even and then do the scene. But in reality, It doesn't seem like they changed the guy.
I don't know. I don't think so either.
I think they just kind of said like put on a mask and we'll do it that way. But we are changing the guy, but we're adding a mask so you don't have to see the guy's face. But
And how can you tell anyway?
No,
And I think
they
that something happened behind the scenes. I'm not going to name any names or point any fingers at anybody, but something happened to Deborah Luce, and there's a reason that nobody can find her because Homegirl is gone. Like none of the cast can get a hold of her. She's like untraceable.
You can't find her anywhere.
But hey, hopefully she's living her best life, and hopefully nothing bad happened. But I can't help but speculate. You know, that guy seemed a little defensive in his interviews. This Michael McCleary guy. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We should point out that there was a Queenie mentioned just now. Queenie is the sister of the mother of Mother in Mother's Day. And we'll get more on Queenie here in just a minute. And hey, did you notice that he's sleeping on top of a muscle magazine?
No.
That's a little gay. I doubt that it was like a gay thing. I doubt they realized that what they were doing was gay.
Yeah.
Because he was probably like, how do I get ripped? It was probably like a masculine thing, but that's gay. So more consumerism shit. Sesame Street.
Snickers.
Fuck. I want a Snickers.
That box of Snickers.
We should eat after this.
We had a pizza before this.
I know. Let's go get burgers.
Where do you want to go?
Astro.
Really?
Yeah.
You down to drive?
Fuck yeah.
You really want to go to Astro?
Well, somewhere.
Farmer Boys down the street.
Oh my God. Yes.
You have shakes.
Which. Let's go to which. Okay. Okay. Triscuits. We should be pointing out everything we see. Yeah. The beer. What is the beer? He's covering the label.
There's Ritz.
What is the beer?
I don't know that label.
But he's brushing his teeth with beer. Yeah. These guys are
Bacardi bottles already.
Here's a question. Do you think either of these guys are handsome?
Lysol? Yes, I do. So I think Ike is, in all reality, if you remove the teeth that make his mouth pop out and dye his hair maybe like a different color.
So if he wasn't him?
Yeah. So if it wasn't him.
So you just wanted to pick something?
Even like that, I would take him home, brush his teeth, give him a little flat side, and just fucking fuck him at night. No, now I want to see what he actually looked like back in the days.
So Greg Pollard, I believe, is the name. Well, he was credited as Frederick Coffin for a really long time, but it turns out that wasn't actually his name.
Greg Pollard? Pollard?
Yeah, his actual name was not.
We're gonna find out for you guys. See if it's worth it.
Because his credited name was Holden McGuire, and then his actual name then supposedly was Frederick Coffin.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Apparently, he died in July 31st, 2003. Oh, he was handsome. Check it out.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Assuming that's him.
Yeah.
But these were like real actors. And that's what I was telling you the last time we watched this. When I watched this as a kid, these guys really sold me into thinking that they were these hillbilly backwoods, scummy fucking murderers, like rapist murderers. Like I look at this guy's headshot, this Frederick Coffin, whatever his name is now. I don't know, whoever he is, the guy that plays Ike.
Yeah. I
look at him and he's like fucking the guy from Seventh Heaven. Well, that's a terrible comparison because he's a child molester. So this guy, this guy's handsome, right? Look at him.
Yeah, that guy's
look at him. Wholesome American film actor, singer, songwriter, and musician, not named Frederick Coffin. Gary Pollard. That's right. Anyway.
So he died.
He's dead. He's been dead for a long time. It looks like.
Yeah.
I digress because we're veering.
Yeah, but I wanted to see what he looked like, and that was all. So sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, that was my fault because I actually clicked on his name. Oh, Tricks box.
This is gross.
So Jackie is gone now. Jackie has been raped and has been removed from the film as far as we know. And Trina is still tied up, and so no, she just got loose. And Abby is also still tied up.
Yes, Trina's such a fighter.
She is, and she always says the greatest things. Like just now, you backwoods piece of shit.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been mad if it was Deborah Harris.
Oh, she does kind of look like Deborah Harris. Oh, the exercises. The exercises is
Oh,
a
they're
little
coming up.
much. There was some parts that this actress that Nancy Hendrickson had some quibbles with, and it was only for the reasoning of she didn't want the movie to be not taken seriously, because a lot of the movie works, right? Like we can
Mhm.
agree that the movie works on a lot of serious um notes, and it really does. Like I think this movie is creepy. I think that it has some lingering moments that really stick with you afterward, especially the Queenie stuff.
Yeah.
um but this stuff, the exercise stuff,
Not only that, it's like the way they woke up, brushing their teeth with the beer, peeing in that sink that it was like
and
a
you
toilet,
seen
but it
like
looks like a sink.
the shit stain on his ass,
Shit
like
stain on it, putting on the same clothes, like
yeah.
over and over.
Yeah, they're and like this like one-handed push-up stuff. Like we get it. You guys are perverse, disgusting, like hillbilly redneck murderers. You're gonna kill
Yeah.
these women. We
Who
know these
writes
women
this
are gonna
shit?
die. Like we think. Well, and that's the thing. Trauma. Trauma is trash movies, and we just have like a certain expectation, and they are known for delivering like these kind of movies. But if you were to take out this section, if you were to
Mhm.
take out, another couple of sections that I'll point out when they come around, then it would make it just that much better of a movie.
Yeah.
And I understand that there are people out there who probably really like these parts because sure, they're funny. They have that humor. There's a dark humor to them, but I could personally do without
Yeah,
them.
it's just them chopping fruits and like just boxing air.
Yeah, Mother has exercises
Yeah.
that she wants them to go through on a daily basis, and that includes destroying their house, breaking windows, chopping up the plastic dolls, destroying watermelon, like you said, doing all these one-handed push-ups
Push-ups.
and hanging weights from their heads. It's
Yeah.
it's honestly it's a time filler,
Yeah.
I think.
She's like training them to attack people. It's kind of weird. That's what this exercise gives me. Like she's training them to like just attack tourists.
Well, essentially, I want to think that she's training them to protect her from Queenie.
Oh my gosh, you're so right.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Because Queenie is the sister that is hiding in the woods. At least that's what Mother is telling them, or that's what Mother thinks. But we'll learn later that the boys think that Queenie might actually be dead.
Yeah.
But Mother had a sister growing up named Queenie. Oh, you know what? It kind of reminds me of Pet Cemetery.
I was
Rachel,
just thinking that.
Rachel and Zelda.
How funny the sisters that did not like each other because one was uglier than the other.
Baby. And so Mother is like significantly more normal. I'll use that in air quotes. Than Queenie. Queenie is like a feral, monstrous child who like eats animals and roams the woods. And I guess she broke the mother's neck at one point or another while she was in the cradle. And this caused the mom to shoot Queenie and then chop her ear off. And then this killed Queenie.
Yeah, her
And
ear.
they still have the ear. And then later on, they show it to us. And
Looks like an asshole, dude.
it's fucking wild. Oh, like her rotted ear later on. And the Queenie stuff, I think, is the most frightening shit in the entire movie,
Really?
much like the Zelda stuff in Pet Cemetery. But I think that's probably what affected me the most the first time I saw this. And I remember thinking about it for years and years and years. And it wasn't until Ryan Coe and I were at a little video store in Portland off
Hi,
of
Ryan.
100. Hey, Ryan, off of 162nd in Portland, Oregon, called Movies to Sell. And I came across this on VHS and I was like,
Okay, so this shot right here where the girls are trying to jump out of the window at top story, I feel like they could just walk out of there. Like they could just walk out of the top story and just fall. They'd be perfectly okay.
I think they're locked in. Oh, you mean from the window?
Yeah, like the house is so short, like it's just weird. It looks like a haunted house put up by like Universal for horror nights.
Touche. I disagree. I think that it looks like remote and it looks like it's not supposed to be there.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
There's a real person in that sleeping bag.
That's the worst scene right here is when she's trying to like pulley the other human being in a sleeping bag down from the window down to the lawn under outside of the house.
Oh yes. And it's like a nylon cord, right?
I think it's not nylon. Yeah, is it like you mean like aluminum or like
Oh
it has to be a cord, so it's like made of like
rope?
steel.
Oh
Yeah, it's like a
I don't
steel.
know.
It's like a steel cord.
Oh, that is terrific. Do you want to explain this?
You can go ahead.
Oh God, how?
Okay, so this is who is this? Jackie?
No, it's Abby.
Oh, so Abby, Trina's inside of the sleeping bag while Abby is from the top floor of the barn house, lowering Trina, like I said, like a pulley, so like a pulley mechanism, but she's using her hands. And at the same time, the cord that I'm talking about that must be made of steel, I believe, like a braided steel, is cutting through her hands, like right through the palm of her hands, like into her bone, and you'll see the flesh, like the chunks of flesh, coming out as the rope is slicing through it.
It's fucking disgusting.
It's the grossest scene.
It like
It's like
literally
flappy flesh.
It's like here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Perfect.
showing the people who are watching this if it works out the way I plan to. It like is slicing all the way through her hand.
So it's the inside of her hand right here.
It's like all the way to the bone. Gross. So this is so Trina can get down and into the house.
To get the idea of how to get back in there and get out, like unlock the doors and get back out.
Yeah, they have a lot of TVs.
It's like, why don't you get out and then go back in?
Don't forget your burger bits.
This is a really weird commercial.
Don't forget your burger bits. Don't forget.
So right now she's going to show Trina the hands.
Oh, fuck.
Those are some deep lacerations, let me tell you. So she finds gross toilet paper on the floor and she wraps it around her hands.
Someone probably used that to fucking wipe their ass.
Girl, you have a sweater on. Why don't you take it off and wrap it around her hands?
A lot of this could be very Texas Chainsaw, right?
Mm-hmm. So see, there's targets everywhere. That's their urine, their toilet.
Oh my God.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's another one of those movies as well. If you just pay attention to everything that's up. What? What?
Oh, this is the bathroom's a hallway.
What?
The bathroom's a hallway.
You scared me. Adley
disgusted, sorry.
Nadge or Nads? I can't tell.
Nads. But there's a lot of
graffiti.
Nostalgic toys here. There's so much Sesame Street
too. The pinball machine.
See, there's Bart and Ernie.
Look, the Wendigo Pet Cemetery.
Where?
Right there.
The Target?
Oh, it's Target.
The bullseye?
Now, who is that girl?
It's the first guy is Lady Gaga and
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
But look, she looks so different.
She does. That's not her anymore.
That ain't her.
She paid $500, girl.
To get replaced.
Okay. I'm doing this movie. I'm not leaving.
They were like, where's that costume designer at?
So the way the walls look here, all ripped up, like old and decrepit and deteriorating. Like the paint's like burned out.
I like that there's liquor bottles like in the wall.
Look at Ike, Adley plus mom.
I love that.
Look at this guy. She notices a Batman that's like doing like this backflip.
And why is that shocking to her?
I don't know.
The army guy and then King Kong.
This is fucking shocking right here, dude. When they discover their friend.
That with the music on, that's a great jump scare. Is this lighting bad? Should I close that again? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm playing with lighting for this.
Can you not?
The video recording we're doing.
Okay.
So they just found Jackie in a burrow. Is that what that's called?
I would say so. Like a burrow. You know, like a door, like a big door. Well, just you had asked me.
Yeah, they did. They found her. They found her. You
want to give numbers for this movie? What do we have? Do we find anything?
Oh, that's on you, girl.
What?
That's on you.
What do we have? Do we have any notes? What do we have? What do we have? Let's see. Okay.
Well, I can tell you that Roger Ebert famously despised the film, according to
Roger
Wikipedia.
Ebert is, you know what?
Gave it 0 stars, said that it was disgusting, that the violence and gore and rape and torture
He could
was
take me to dinner.
awful. Well, he's dead, babe.
Oh, well, he can still take me to dinner.
He probably had a lot of money.
I only have 3 scores. One from IMDb, a 5.3 out of 10.
Oh, that's a lot better than I would assume.
Bad.
Yeah.
46% from Rotten Tomatoes. And I found a 4.8 out of 5 from Vinegar Syndrome, which I've never really came across.
Vinegar Syndrome is the DVD that we're watching, baby.
What?
Oh yes, they released some of the
Stop it.
they released some of the best quality movies. Let me tell you, I have some great Blu-rays from them.
Oh,
Just
wow.
saying. Just saying. Did you say a Metacritic?
Let me see, man. Hey, man.
Because it has a score out of 1 out of 100.
Oh, Metacritic. Oh my gosh, 1 score?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
1 out of
Honestly, it
100.
really does. I
It
can show
has
you guys.
4 critics. Yeah, you go down a little bit. There you go.
Right.
Yuck.
Well, now they can see all my emails coming in, everything, all the info.
You're so silly.
Yeah, fuck, that's sad. Why, guys?
That's some bullshit. I don't know, but since it's, insanely terrible original release, it's obviously gotten a lot of love over the years.
If you check out an audience score, it'll probably be proper.
I mean, any audience review that has happened over the years, I'm sure has been better. Hit us up if you like this movie. I personally have a big soft spot for this movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, the movies that you see at a young age, they just stick with you, for some reason or another. And this just happens to be a rape revenge film, with some wacky ass special effects towards the last half and some
Adley ass cheeks.
Adley ass cheeks.
Yeah. So he's giving.
That's what's up, baby.
Smack him.
I do think that there is kind of a lag here in the last precursor to the last act.
Like the movie's so fast from beginning to this part, and then it like slows down.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like we could have done without some of the wood stuff.
Like this is like, why do we need this? I get it. You guys are trying to escape, but we could have done it from.
Well, they're not
point A to
even
point B.
trying to escape anymore. They're just kind of dragging Jackie through the woods, but she's
a
dead.
body, yeah.
Yeah, she's dead, and then they end up burying her, which is fine.
She looks great dead though.
They're
Like
What?
she makes a really good dead girl. Like she scared the
Oh.
fuck out of me.
Yeah, she is a scary dead body.
Yeah, like her eyes are so scary.
We should reiterate, the actors in this movie do a really, really fine job.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't your typical 80s horror film at all. Like in any aspect. The blood looks good.
Look at her slowly breathing as a dead girl. I love it.
I love that they cover her with these leaves.
Like one branch.
Oh no, I don't think she's dead yet. I don't think she's
you're
died
right.
just
You're
yet.
right. You're right.
Oh, I think this is a little louder than I want it to be.
It's okay.
So, thank you. Abby stays with Jackie and sends Trina to go get help.
Yeah.
Oh, we should announce this right now. This is something that would normally go in our preview of coming events. We bought our tickets to Monster Palooza, but we're not going to tell you what day we're going.
No.
Bitches.
But we will be handing out stickers.
We're going to be handing out stickers,
Yes.
and we're also going to be handing out little business cards.
Say hi.
So say hi to us. We're going to be wearing our cute little t-shirts. We're excited to see everybody.
We'll be hard.
Yes. Be gory and gay with us. Say hi. Should we talk about the remake? Did you finish the remake?
No.
Oh, I've seen the remake a whole bunch of times. I really like the remake. There's a lot of people out there who don't,
I don't
love
remember it.
It's directed by the same guy who directed a bunch of the Saw sequels.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, oh yeah, it's like the same. But I
It's-
honestly don't remember anything about it, so I need to rewatch it.
Darren Lynn Bousman, and it's good. It's a different story. I mean, a lot of the characters have the same names. It's different. It's just a different movie. It's like apples and oranges. It's definitely a remake. They take a lot of liberties and they just do things much differently.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a home invasion
the
movie.
cover, I was gonna say the cover looks a little more darker, like way more morbid than like
Yeah,
this one. This one looks
it's
very way kooky. You could tell by the fucking cover, looks so 80s.
yeah, this one is a splatter movie. It's a movie for gorehounds.
Yeah.
The remake, it stars Rebecca De Mornay. It has Jamie King, and the performances are super fucking good. And it's a well-made movie, and I have a lot of respect for it. And it's got a lot of good qualities. And I really love the way they incorporate the Queenie stuff in that movie too.
Oh, see, that's what I want, some more Queenie shit. So when can we get
I
a
don't
Queenie
know.
movie?
They mention a lot of the actors mention in their interviews how they were so disappointed that a sequel never happened. And I also am disappointed. There should have been a Father's Day.
Yeah.
You know, there should have been something else. There should have been
So the
Grandparents
Father's
Day.
Day still like in the basement. You know, he's just like a mummified version
Some
of a
shit.
dad.
I don't know. That
Like
would have been
Psycho,
great.
you know, like a Psycho thing.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, this is where Trina discovers that Ike is actually the police.
Yes. So here
Force.
comes the cop car, of course. She's running through the forest and asks for help, and the cop gets off the car, goes straight to grope her, which she should have fucking known right away as his hand goes directly on her ass.
When up until recently, I never up until today, actually, or yesterday, the last time we
notice.
watched this, I never realized that he was in a cop car. I always just thought that
Or the entire
he-
outfit, you thought it was just the hat,
I
right?
thought he was just like posing as a cop. I never really realized that he, in fact, might be a police officer. Did you guys ever consider that Ike could very well be a law enforcement person in this town? I don't know.
That's his actual job.
That could be
To
Ike's
protect
job.
and serve.
You never know, guys. Jackie is dead.
Yeah. And did he actually shoot her?
No.
No, right? I don't think she's wounded.
I don't
No.
believe so. She got away.
I don't remember. See, that's fucking scary,
She does look scary.
right?
And so imagine this on like a grainy VHS.
Yeah.
Right? Like
way better, yeah.
a grainy old nighttime sleepover with your
stormy night.
gay friends when you're 10 or 12. And yeah,
That's it.
that's it.
Okay.
Sorry.
There he is running along. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna.
This is a great movie to get stoned to. Absolutely. If y'all are drinkers, you could probably find any reason to take a shot. If y'all are smokers, there are many ample opportunities to take a little toke here and there while you're watching this. Yeah. I'm really glad that we're watching this as your first trauma experience, because there are so many trauma movies that are so fucking, and I say fucking like that because, dude, so fucking terrible.
Guys, give me a second. I'm gonna step off real quick because I'm gonna adjust this like in my face.
Oh.
And because the sun already went down, so I need to.
Yeah, it's nighttime now. It's nighttime.
Bear with me.
By the time we publish this video, it might be tomorrow on the East Coast. Oh, there we go. I like that lighting. Oh, I love this wide shot of Trina running through the woods and Ike is running behind her. There's something about that shot I just think looks really good. And another thing is that I don't think any of these actors forget ever what kind of movie they're in. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody remembers the assignment completely. Every time the director is like, action, everybody knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Ooh, that looks great.
You like that?
That looks kind of, well, no, not maybe that. How do we feel about the Wicked trailer, everybody?
I fucking I loved it. Didn't even get my words out.
We literally cried.
Oh shit, that's too bright. Sorry, guys. In the movie.
Looks like we're in a meth lab.
No, we're developing pictures.
We're not.
You look really good in this light, but I don't. But that's because you have that one. Maybe if you open that blind again, maybe. There you go. That's so much better. Yeah.
We're
back.
Oh, I didn't mention that on Mother's Day, the highlight of my Mother's Day while Trina is being chased through the woods by Ike. This is a very long scene. This is what I mean about the lag, by the way. This whole entire scene could have been trimmed down for probably, I don't know, 3 minutes. Because it's literally just him being like, bitch, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
Just attacking her in the woods. Or not even attacking her, just chasing her. Anyway, on Mother's Day, it was a shit show. It was terrible. I worked for 12, 13 hours, didn't make nearly as much money as I should have. But one of the other servers ended up serving Dee Wallace and her daughter, Gabrielle Stone. And I'm a big fan of both of them. Dee Wallace is obviously a scream queen. She's been in a number of movies, notably horror films. Cujo.
Mhm.
She has been in E.T. She was in Popcorn. She was in The Hills Have Eyes. She was in Critters. She was in, oh my God, The Frighteners. She was in.
You've mentioned enough.
A million gazillion
No.
things. And just a couple of days ago, we had watched From Hell, and she was in that. So. And Gabrielle Stone has a book called Eat, Pray, FML that I've recommended to Alex, and we're going to read.
Finalize it.
Yeah, and this put me on this big spree of. Did you see that? All those balloons that went up.
Did you do that?
Interesting. It knows things.
How did it do that?
Do that again.
Divorce is coming up.
Yes.
I don't know how it did that. That's super cool.
Sketch as fuck. The computer is a little bit too knowledgeable for
That's nuts.
for us to be taking that in. So I ended up buying a Dee Wallace book that she just released called Born. I bought Mommy Dearest because I used to own it. Why not? And then I bought this this Nita House Called Miss Mouse book, this children's book. And
I love how you defend things like, well, why not?
Oh, why the fuck not?
Why the fuck not?
And what else did I buy?
Ice cream.
No, we don't have any more ice cream.
It's gone. It's done.
Yeah. Oh, that was an aggressive sigh. I just wanted everybody to know about that experience, and I'm just so happy. Oh, also, the same day, sorry, I forgot about this. I think I'm pronouncing his last name wrong, but is it Michael Biehn or Michael Bean? Bien?
Is it Y-E-N or E?
Biehn. Anyway, the actor from Terminator and Aliens and Sheriff Markin from Cherry Falls.
Yeah.
Plug, go listen to our episode.
Yeah.
He was also there with his wife, Jennifer Blanc.
Yeah.
And that was exciting. And I got to give one of our Gory Gays cards to Jennifer Blanc. And I told her we were interested in interviewing her because, or having her on the show, whatever.
Because we are. And yes, we will have her.
Yeah, because she's been in a bunch of great horror films. I love Amongst Friends. I love The Victim. Like, I love a bunch of the shit that she's been in. So that was really cool as well. Okay, Shout out to all those folks.
We're talking about all this good stuff because we're still in the same scene where the girls are running through the woods.
Yo.
Like, it hasn't changed. It's still going on. Honestly.
I said we were going to have time to talk about some of the other stuff. But we have caught back up to
Jackie. Trina's now seeing that Jackie has passed away. Who is the other girl? This girl?
Abby.
Abby has stayed with her, and she's the one that discovered that Jackie's dead. So she's showing Trina, and Trina's just breaking down. We don't have time for that, Trina.
Because Abby was left with Jackie, remember? And we've covered her with leaves to keep her.
And Trina accomplished nothing. And now she's back, and she's just breaking down. But they're gonna get it. They got this.
We'll get those bastards.
I gotta take off my glasses because the reflection was too much.
Oh, can you see?
Yeah, I can see.
Are you lying?
I'm absolutely lying.
You can see where those glasses are.
Oh. Okay, we're gonna leave that out. Welcome back to the Gory Gays.
Now put the glasses back on.
R.I.P.
I thought you said, all right, people.
What?
Oh, fuck.
Are you okay?
I was going to like shoo you away, but I hit the microphone. Okay.
Good.
So now Adley is playing games. I think it's backgammon with Mama, but he wants to be out chasing Trina and the girls with Ike.
Yeah.
And he's upset But mom is using the defense that he needs to be there because she can't be left alone because Queenie's out there and Queenie's going to get her.
I don't think Queenie can come in the house though.
Not if she's not invited.
What? Is that what she says?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought that was one of those rules.
It's the rule for vampires.
I like this top that he has on.
He looks like he just escaped out of a prison comic strip.
Yeah.
He just got slapped in the face.
He's so greasy and gross.
I don't think he is cute at all.
No. Not at all.
I probably would have wanted someone else to rate me too if I was the actress.
He has a great ass though. I mean, his body's not that bad, but his face.
But
and
we
his-
have
and-
to assume that it wasn't him in that scene.
Well, you know,
He said.
even through the pants that he wears, like those 1930 pants that he has on.
He literally looks like he's
He
2
has
feet tall.
1930 pants ass.
He's a little person.
Yeah. He was pretty. I'm pretty sure. He
Oh,
was,
see, look, there's the ear.
gross.
She says it don't mean nothing.
Sorry, I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure he was a ladies' man back in the days
You really think so? Billy Ray
Well,
McQuaid.
because of his scummy ways. He probably had scummy ways. That's the only reason why.
That's why Deborah Luce didn't want to work with him.
He's like, I should have been in
was-
Greece. That should have been my part.
It was too real.
I should have been Mickey from Hanicki's or Nicky Hickey from Kanicki's.
Oh, bite your tongue.
Whatever.
Hickey from Kanicki's like a Hallmark card. I love it when you talk dirty. You
There.
pig.
You'll never leave me alone.
And see, this part hits because there are some things that I didn't really quite remember as well. You know, you don't remember movies completely sometimes, you know? And that I didn't remember that part entirely. The part where she's like, "You're never gonna leave me, boy."
You mean like your spaceship that Henrietta fucking.
Hey, I was
created.
mostly right. The spider lived in that though.
Yeah. And check out our short so you can see what we're talking about. Our little.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a
meeting.
little video of that about this book that I have been looking for a long time, and I finally found it.
Oh. She's so like, what's wrong with her?
See, that's what I mean. They still haven't buried her yet. Oh, this look right here that Abby gives her, that apparently is the only part of this movie that this actress, Nancy Henderson, hates. Because the director was
Why?
like, give her a strong look. And she didn't know what he meant by strong look.
Oh.
And they had to redo this take quite a few times. And that was what they ended up with. And that is not what the actress herself considers a strong look. And so she really hates that scene.
Yeah. It's more of a confused.
Yeah, she's like,
Done. Should we keep going? I'm waiting for you.
well, this is it. Look, why are they taking the most complicated route when
This
they could just
is-
walk a foot to their right?
Yeah, you're correct. on
They're
that.
taking like a man-made bridge
Yeah.
over troubled water with this dead body.
It's just like mud. Go to step on it. You're already all tore up. Should use her as a bridge. Are you okay?
I think I just chipped my tooth.
Oh my gosh.
No, I didn't. What happens when we podcast after 10 a.m.? Everything
Yeah.
falls apart.
Hey, but we're doing it. We're doing it. We're getting it done. We're doing Mother's Day. We're giving it. We're delivering it. Happy Mother's Day to everybody that we missed. It's
2 podcasts in a week.
yeah.
Oh, look at her. God.
Look at her.
And she kisses her right on the mouth. See, that's really sweet, but it's also like morbid. And
It really is.
it's also like these girls really loved each other. Like, do you know anybody this well that if you were in
Absolutely.
this situation that this would just devastate you?
I do.
I do too. Like, I just am trying to imagine, and it's a hard thing to imagine. Like, who is so close to you that if this was happening to you right now, that this would just like fucking break you?
Well, obviously, like my sisters, my brother, my family.
Oh, I'm surprised that you're actually saying them. I didn't expect you to, like,
Good.
because I'm not going to say.
What? You were gonna say what?
I'm not going to say who.
Oh no! Obviously, like if it was my sisters, I would be like, I would fucking fight for them.
I would burn that house
Fucking
down.
survival and shit. Fuck these bitches. I am Queenie, bitch. Watch out. Fucking
Oh my
Taylor
God.
Swift playing "You Better Be Scared of Me" or what's that song? That Who's Afraid of Me Now? that song playing in the background.
With the Ouija board.
I didn't know that either.
More consumerism.
What's the letter in the background?
It looks like it has hearts drawn on
smells
it.
like perfume.
Why can't they go nowhere without the call?
That's fucking hilarious. Poor
They
guy.
have like 65 televisions in the house, and they're all just playing static.
Ew, fucking the mother flossing. Dude.
We should also say that the guy that plays Adley,
Mhm.
Billy McCurry, whatever the fuck his name is, also said that the mother, Beatrice Pons,
Uh-huh.
was that her name? Is that what we said?
Loche?
Beatrice Pons,
Loche.
who I guess is like a prolific stage actress, television actress, was a great actress while the cameras were rolling, but when they weren't rolling, she was a pain in the ass.
I'm sure
And
everybody is.
that she always talked about a show that she was on, that she had a supporting small role on. But finally he had to tell her, like, hey, that show isn't this is something else, like shove it up your ass. But she just complained about a lot of stuff, which I
Not believe where they're sitting at. Like, it's gross. Their little family recreation room is their basement, and it's like all full of dirt. The ground is literally dirt and hay, and they have a TV on, but it's just like white snow.
we've been watching a lot of Hoarders lately.
Yeah,
It's like a
this
comfort
is
thing for
disgusting.
people like he and I.
Yeah, it really is. I watched
And
this episode though that really grossed me out, where this lady was like storing her, her droppings in plastic bags and just tossing him in her stairway,
Oh,
and
that
it
shit
grew
was
up to like 3 feet tall. It was so gross when they discovered what it was.
it's like that, like when it's feces and when it's dead animals.
Yeah, they counted 23 dead cats in that
Oh.
same episode because this woman supposedly loved her cat so much that she gave them the house and she was just living there, but they were taking over the house. It was fucking gross. So
Gypsy.
filthy. Like, I threw up that night. I threw up that night. No joke.
Oh my god, he did. Oh,
Look at
okay,
that.
this is cool. This is where the revenge starts coming.
So the
So
girl's revenge is fucking badass, dude. Like they fucking went for it. And this is why I was saying, like, why did they give in so early? They knew that revenge was coming.
yeah, they should have been a little bit more alert.
Mm-hmm.
Like these guys really thought these bitches just ran off into the woods and like ran away. Like, see you later. But also, they must have thought that Ike was probably the cop and that they weren't going to get any help and that they just had to get away. But
did you see a piece of his nut kind of hanging out of his pants?
no.
But not like real nut, like actually like fake.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
prosthetic.
Yeah,
like,
I did.
it was gross because she hammered him right in the nuts, but with the back of the hammer.
Yeah, Abby castrates him with a claw hammer.
It explodes like bad.
It's pretty graphic. And the blood is so red. It's so bright, like red.
Are
But
those tampons she's shoving down his throat?
I didn't catch it, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I think they are because they're like trying to use everything they had in their sacks to like protect themselves.
It's wild. Abby's dressed like
See, they are maxi
a
pads.
Rambo type. Oh, that's fucked up.
She stuffed his mouth with maxi pads.
I'm not
until
even.
he, like,
I'm
passed
not
out.
even shocked. So they've killed Adley. He also looks like a pretty good dead corpse.
Exactly. He does.
This part scared me when Ike jumps out the window.
Yeah. This is very Jason, right?
Yeah, very Friday the 13th. Which again wasn't even out yet. I mean, it was. It had come out maybe 3 or 4 months early. It came out in May of 1980. This didn't come out until September.
Somebody got the manuscript.
Yeah, must have. Ike is beating the shit out of Trina, and I love this.
Yeah. So Adley's dead. Abby runs towards the kitchen where she earlier had seen a bottle of Drano, the powdered Drano, and runs back towards where Trina's getting attacked, shoves it down Ike's throat, and his mouth just starts foaming like nasty shit. It's just like the grossest foam. I cannot even like break down like what it is because I was like, is it Alka-Seltzer with like food dye maybe? And then she just threw the water and it like, foamed up, or what can it be? What can actually ooze up and foam out like that? Because this is gross.
It's gruesome.
Yeah.
And I was telling Alex, this is like real guerrilla filmmaking.
Mhm.
Like you can tell that these people just kind of like found this piece of shit pad and threw a bunch of garbage in it. They're using like yard sale garbage.
Yeah.
This house has like actual leftover filth in it.
And it's pretty well staged. Honest to God, everything is where it belongs. It's kind of gross that it looks like they've been living there forever, just the way it is.
And let it be known, let it be known that this movie did the TV on the head years and years and years before Scream did it.
Yeah. So
Scream did it better, but this movie did it first.
After Trina gets attacked, she runs into the house, same house that Abby went into to grab the bottle from. She runs in there and Ike runs right behind her. Abby just smashes the TV onto Ike's head, which it goes completely through him. And we're both surprised because we're like, there was nothing inside of that TV, like,
It's empty.
no screen. It's just empty.
Maxwell.
Wow. She fucking fried him.
And he's still alive.
He's still alive. So she's fighting for her life at this point now. She's just trying to get away from him because he's just grabbing at her. It's an opportunity to show us her ass.
And more things.
Falling. Yeah, more things. More stuff. Cool stuff.
And this was another thing that I forgot about too, was the fact that Ike is ultimately defeated by a meat cleaver.
It's one of those electric carving knives that they use like during Thanksgiving. And she turns it on, shoves it repeatedly into, I'm assuming into his eyes, because it must be a soft spot, right?
No, I don't know. It doesn't show it.
It doesn't show it, but I mean, the way that it's just fucking exploding, she fucking poked both eyes out until she literally gets squirted right across the face and she stops. She didn't expect that at all.
This is the second rape revenge film that we've watched in the last week. We watched Last House on the Left. We talked about it in the last episode and then said we were maybe going to watch it. And then we actually did.
You're right. There's a Chips poster with Eric Estrada as the Punchrello.
But much like this movie, Last House on the Left has a very brutal third act where the parents exact revenge on a group of people. And this one is, I think, a bit more graphic and a bit more detailed with the deaths. What do you think?
Oh, sorry. I was paying attention at the commercial. They actually have Allstate commercials playing in the background. I didn't realize Allstate was already around.
But see, that's what I mean. It gets you really sucked in.
Yeah, it really did. Sorry, what was the question?
No, I was just asking if you thought this was more graphic than Last House on the Left.
No.
Oh, really?
No.
I think it is.
Mm-mm.
Here's the
like in more like skin wise being shown and the women's more disrespected, yes, but I think House on the Left was way more fucking graphic.
Fair enough.
Like gory.
I mean, they're both really, really good watches.
Yeah. But yeah.
And I guess they're peas and carrots. Like they're the same genre, but they're both unpleasant. Also, I Spit on Your Grave. Like if you can handle this, and
hey, what did I do?
and if you can handle Last House on the Left, I feel like you can probably handle I Spit on Your Grave. And they all just get remade, which is so interesting.
Yeah, I love this part, dude, when she slowly grabs those fucking fake boobs. I wonder if you could still find those.
Death by Plastic Titties. Maybe like Spencer's. Is there like still a Spencer's Gifts?
There is.
This is where Abby's post-traumatic stress comes into play, and she kills mother. Yeah, but she's like in her head probably killing her own mom, and she's suffocating the mother with the plastic inflatable breasts.
It's like the movie The Haunting with Eleanor and her mother.
What I was thinking too.
Yeah, she's like Eleanor, and that's like what Abby does is like she takes care of her old mother, but the mother's just sick in the head, and she just makes herself sick repeatedly by saying, "I'm a sick woman. I'm a sick woman."
When you get old and sick, I mean, it is what it is.
But this death right here, it's really good.
Ow.
Because Abby has these like plastic boobs up against mother's face, but when she releases them and you see the face like mold back into the face, it's fucking trippy as shit. Like I don't understand if it's a prosthetic or a real face or if the woman's actually dead.
Yeah, and then Abby like collapses to the ground and just unleashes this.
It's just like
scream. Yeah, it's like a barn house.
I think that's her bedroom.
That's the mom's room. That's where she sleeps.
Rose.
And Abby just cries, and she just cries.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. And then they've buried Jackie. And I love how they've all just like their clothes have changed, and like Abby's this bad fucking bitch now, and she has her top tied up and her crop top and her
crop top and her pop top and her mop top.
Ooh, we got a stage light now, ho. This is the best part of the movie, guys.
We're trying to light ourselves up now.
Trina says we were meant to survive. Don't ever forget it. puts her arm around her, and then we have someone hiding in the
So
woods,
gross.
missing an ear, and the girls scream as a monster jumps out of the bushes, like from a trampoline, basically.
Yeah, honestly.
And everybody
Oh,
screams,
you could have
and
paused
we
it.
fade to black. And
Yeah.
y'all, that is the end of Mother's Day.
Let's get you guys some light so you can see our
I'm
faces.
trying. Here we go. Okay. So that is Mother's Day, 1980. And Alex, what did you think?
This movie is so much fun for me, to be honest. I can watch this movie
Over and over
but
again.
over and over, like repeatedly, but in the same day, to be honest. Like it could be
Oh my
playing
God.
over and over, and every time that I walk in, it would be a different scene, but I would stop and just have so much fun with every single scene that I'm looking at.
I agree. It's
Yeah.
one of those movies where you can find something to where you can like analyze
Yeah.
and pick it
Yeah.
apart and find
Exactly.
something worth talking about.
Mhm.
And I never really took the consumerism shit into consideration until I was watching all those interviews and until I had kind of like read up a little bit on it.
Oh no, it's gross when you see the part where they're eating breakfast and you see like the Purina cat food like right
Yeah.
next to Ike, and he's literally eating out of that fucking pail.
Yeah.
Nasty.
And I think the effects are really good. And I think that even though the blood's like super bright red, I think the effects
Mhm.
really hold up. It's just a true testimony to how good practical effects used to be. And
The blood makes it like very comic-y to me, so I kind of enjoy that because it kind of, as gross as the movie is, like as honestly as gross as the movie is because of the disrespect, and I said like the skin that they show over the women and the disrespect, this blood kind of makes it like comic. It kind of like turns it into like, it makes it comic. Like how can I say? How do you say comic? Comically,
there's a
like
dark humor to it.
it's not comedically, but like a comic type of thing.
There's a tone.
There's a comic tone, yeah, like literally. So it kind of makes it. It kind of balances the gross to, okay, it's kind of fake. Like I get it. The blood's not that real, so I'm looking at something that it's just a story, and it's okay to watch. You can handle it.
Yeah, like it doesn't look real by any means.
If the blood looked any more real, then it would be really fucking a different movie, like a really dark and gross movie. Like they're really fucking violating these women. But the movie, the blood, I'm telling you, looks comically like it just looks like a comic book.
Yeah, I think that it doesn't look real
Mhm.
by any means at all, but it's done well,
Yeah.
especially for the time period. I mean, if you put this movie right next to Friday the 13th, the effects in Friday the 13th are a
Yeah.
million times better,
Yeah.
but they had a lot more money
Mhm.
and they had Tom Savini. But this movie really did what they could with what they had, and I think it's absolutely a low budget film, and I think that the main actresses really took it seriously, and I think that the actors as Ike and Adley also really were convincing.
Yeah.
And I think that it personally, I think it aged well. I
Mhm.
think it's one of those movies that you see when you're really young and you might sit on for a really long time and never revisit again, but when you see it later on, and again, I've seen it periodically throughout my life, but you see it later on and you're like, well, that
Yeah.
actually aged much better than I thought. And as someone who just saw it
Mhm.
in 2024, that was a movie that was made over 40 years ago,
Yeah.
you know? And
I
it's
honestly think this is probably some type of hidden grandfather that somebody just takes ideas from and creates better movies from, movies that we have actually praised even after this.
Yeah.
Like Scream probably has something to do with the way
Oh.
that this movie was made ideally, like the sickening part of it.
A lot of people like this movie. Quentin Tarantino likes this movie. Eli Roth really loves this movie. There's a lot of people out there that
It's very
really love
daring,
it.
so it's a really good challenge for like even creators and directors and writers alone. It's such a good challenge, so if this can be done, then there can be darker, there can be even more grotesque shit out there.
Which there definitely is, and
Mhm.
we will get to eventually
Yeah.
down the line. But for now, that is Mother's Day, guys, and I hope that we get to more trauma eventually because that will that's always a fun can of worms to open, especially Beware Children at Play, because once you see that, there is never going back.
Yeah.
In the meantime, what is left? Oh, follow us on social media We are on Instagram and Twitter and Threads and YouTube at the Gory Gays, and you can email us at thegorygays@gmail.com. And is there anything else?
Did we talk about movies that we watched and stuff? And
No, we
Anything
watched
like
a
that?
few movies.
Yeah, we've been watching some stuff, guys. So let's just give you some ideas of what to watch if you don't want to hear us
Yeah,
talk.
throw out some stuff. I watched The Stepfather 2 recently. I watched
Oh, we watched The Witch in the Window.
Oh my God. So Bring Me the Axe had suggested The Witch in the Window. And it's from the same writer, I think, as Yellow Brick Road, because we had been talking about Yellow Brick Road. And it was much better than I ever thought it would be. And it's been in my queue on Shudder for such a long time.
Mhm.
And I was like, you know what, let's just fucking watch it. And it was a lot of fun. It was eerie. There was a mood. And the little boy in the movie was not grating. I always expect little kid actors to piss me off, but it was good. It was spooky. Highly recommended.
Nice. Shout out to Bring Me the Axe.
Yes.
Malevolence.
Again, Ryan Coe had put this on back in 2006. It came out in 2004, but he had put it on back in like the mid 2000s, and I never watched it past like the 10-minute mark. And it's okay, but the last 20 minutes is when it really picks up and turns into like a really solid slasher film.
Yeah.
So it's okay. I enjoyed it.
No, I didn't watch this one, but you did show me the trailer for Megalomaniac.
Oh my God.
What?
It's a hard watch. It was tough. It came out like 2 years ago. It's on Shudder, and I will not watch it again. But if you want to watch it, by all means, give it a watch. It's a really dark, awful movie.
Now, you watched Stepfather 2 while I was watching Creep.
I did. Yeah, I already said I watched that.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Oh, you did watch Creep?
I did watch Creep.
We're gonna do Creep. We decided.
What?
In the next couple of months.
Yeah,
We're gonna do.
I thought it was super good.
Yeah.
So, we finally started Harry Potter.
And I had so I've like had like a love-hate thing with Harry Potter, but I'm trying to like stop being that dick that's like, I've never
So
seen Harry
against it.
Potter.
But I'm hearing every single time, every single scene that happens, she's a fucking bitch. JK.
Oh, I just hate
Oh,
JK.
JK.
She's an asshole.
You'll get over it though. The story's super good and the magic is amazing.
Yay.
So, what else? Oh, we saw Lovely Dark and what was it? Lovely Dark and Deep.
Tubi just keeps releasing
Yeah.
these
That one was pretty fucking cool.
these really like mellow, like diet horror movies. Like I guess that one, because it was like kind of a diet Blair Witch
Yeah.
ringy type of film. But I mean, I'll go back to Low Lives. Low
And then
Lives was so
Other
fucking
than
good.
our extreme binge on Hoarders right now, we gave ourselves a break and we started that Ashley Madison.
Oh, we finished it.
We finished it.
It was 3
We
episodes.
started and finished it.
And it was so annoying because the first 2 episodes were really compelling, and then the
Mhm.
3rd episode felt very
It turns
flat.
into this gross ass guy. Some fucking disgusting man.
Like, sorry, if
Yeah.
you for 1 second think that I don't
that
know.
I'm going to give you any more of my time. You're disgusting.
Yeah, I don't even know where to go with that. It's whatever. Don't watch it or watch it. Whatever. Who the fuck are we? What happens next week? We're on Fun with Horror on Tuesday, so listen to that. We will be back on Thursday with our Late Night with the Devil episode. So
Mhm.
listen to that, and that's all.
That's it.
Yay! Thanks for listening to this
Yay.
commentary.
Happy Mother's Day, Mama.
Happy Mother's Day, Mama.
Say Happy Mother's Day,
And-
Mama.
Stay gory
Stay gory. We love you.
and stay gay. We love you.
Keep listening. Sign up for emails and non. Oh wait,
Sign up.
no, never mind.
Oh,
I think then we started a Patreon, but no, we didn't.
oh no. Yeah, we're like a year away from.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Love you. Bye.